Okay, you guys, so I think I'm finally ready for our home birth. This is our first home birth. We have 5 kids. Well, this will be the 5th. And the first time that we are delivering a baby at home. I'm super excited, but it was a lot to prepare for, and I think I wasn't sure what to expect. Of course, my midwife gave me a whole list of things, and I checked with other moms who've had home births to see what they wanted, and so I think I've come up with a pretty good basis. I think there might be like 1 or 2 other things that I need, but not necessities. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys, I guess, my home birth haul, or how we're preparing for our home birth. So when we were talking with our midwife about where we wanted to deliver the baby, we decided it'd be best to do it upstairs in our bedroom. We do have a big garden tub, but I think it would be a little too shallow, uncomfortable, and awkward for the midwives to get around to do a water birth there. And then we didn't want to do it downstairs because she said she'd prefer that I not use the stairs at all for about a week. That's probably unlikely, knowing me, but at least for a few days I will be, she said, just to have the baby in the, on the floor and where you want to be to rest and recover. So we settled on our room upstairs. That way I can have the baby and go right to the bed and snuggle with her. My midwife actually brought this to me yesterday because I have been having a lot of contractions, and just in case, she wanted me to have a birth pool here. So this is the birthing pool, and I need to blow it up still. We have a tarp that we got to put under it just to keep the carpet safe, but this will get blown up, and this is where I will do probably a majority of my laboring. I plan to deliver the baby in the water as well. I've never had a water birth, so I guess once I'm in labor we will see how I'm feeling. Obviously that can always change, so we do have our bed as a backup. So I have organized all of my birthing supplies on our bookcase. I took everything else out of it so that way I could set it up and have everything from what the midwives will need for me, for baby, what I'll need for myself during labor, and then just all of the other supplies. So everything is nice and organized for them so they can easily get to it. And so let me show you what all I need. This is a mattress protector. It's vinyl, so we will put this on the bed. She suggested putting our good sheets down, then putting a vinyl mattress protector down, and then a pair of bad sheets or old sheets or cheap sheets, things that we don't want to keep on top of that. This is the birth pool liner. This goes in the birthing pool, and it's just to keep it sanitary so that other people can use it because it does belong to my midwife. Obviously they can clean it, but it's just easier to have a liner that we can just toss one of. So the next thing is a drinking water hose. This is lead free, which is important because the water that is going to flow through this is going in the pool, which our baby will be born into. So it's going to connect. We had to get a faucet adapter to connect it to our sink in our bathroom. And then this is what's going to be used to fill up our birthing pool. These are vinyl tablecloths that I got on clearance at Walmart for super cheap. One side is vinyl and the other side is like felt or flannel. So we'll put these upside down, that way they're non-slippery, but they're still waterproof, and it'll protect the carpet from the birth pool to the bed, from the bed to the bathroom. So there's a company that actually makes birth kits that you can order, and then specific midwives can, put together their own birth kit that has things that they want or that they use routinely. So I ordered the one that my midwife requested, and this is something that came in it. These are Chuck's pads. They're like those big, kind of like big puppy pads, where they use them in hospitals a lot. So this will go on the bed or the floor or wherever just to help keep things dry. So in this envelope is all the paperwork we need for the birth certificate and stuff like that. I have not filled that out yet. Obviously I can't fill it all out, but I can fill out some of it ahead of time, so I need to do that. We have trash bags for trash or for dirty linens, some Ziploc baggies. To be honest, I cannot remember what she asked me to have these giant gallon Ziploc bags for, but we do have them. So up here is the stuff that they'll need for the birth. These are little pre-scrubbed hand scrubbers, like doctors use to scrub in for surgeries and stuff. They scrub under their fingernails and everything. So there's 2 of these for the midwife to use. This is an amnicator. I have no idea what they use this for. It could be to test for amniotic fluid. It could be to, I don't even want to know. It's just a giant Q-tip thing, so I'll ask, but you might not want to know. This is a thermometer that came in the birth kit also, and this is to test the water in the birth pool. It could be to check my temperature, to check the baby's temperature. Here are some giant gauze pads. I guess this is to help with bleeding. A bunch of these latex-free gloves. Obviously gloves are something that could come in handy. And here is some lubricating jelly, and that's for cervical exams if they do those. This Dynahex came in our birth kit, and it's just an antiseptic. Some people use like iodine and things like that. This would be just what they choose to use. And then we have, this is organic witch hazel that I ordered. This is something my midwife asked me to get. I use that for a few things, which I'll show you in a minute. And then also a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, which is really good at cleaning and antiseptic, again, sterilizing things. So up here is the stuff that we have for the baby. In the birth kit came a tape measure, a little paper tape measure to measure the head circumference and the baby's length. We also have 2 of these little latex cord rings that came in the kit. This will be to tie off the umbilical cord. A bulb syringe used obviously to make sure the baby's airways are clear, or newborns, a lot of times they'll spit up or they'll be having amniotic fluid that they're coughing up from their lungs just from being inside the womb for so long, so that helps keep their airways clear. Then we have some alcohol prep pads, and I actually bought a box of extra ones because I use these to clean off my dry erase board. So I figured it wouldn't hurt for them to have extra and it wouldn't hurt for us. That's what we clean the umbilical cord with too, as it's healing, just a little bit of alcohol around it. This is my own, this is just vitamin D, all natural vitamin D drops. They're organic, they're free of dyes, safe for babies. So just to give baby a little extra vitamin D, since we won't be out in the sun a lot, and breast milk, you have to get a lot of vitamin D for it to pass through breast milk. So that'll make sure that she's getting all the vitamin D that her body needs. This little newborn hat came in the birth kit, the hospital kit. So this one will probably end up with some like blood and stuff on it. So we do have a couple other cute ones that we got that we'll wait until after, just to help keep the baby's head warm. And then as well as these little mitts I like these kind because they Velcro, so they stay on really well. And they're reversible, so you get 2 cute little patterns. Gumi Kids is the brand, but I have a few of those. You can see I have another print too. This is a foot printing kit. It'll be my index fingerprint, and then the baby's feet prints will go on here. Okay, so over here is the rest of the stuff that the midwife had me get. This came in the birth kit. It's just a perennial cold pack. You like snap it and then it gets cold, and that's for immediately after, just to help with swelling. And then these came in the birth kit also, and so this is one of the things the witch hazel's for. I'm supposed to cover half of it with witch hazel and essential oils, put it in the freezer to freeze, and make my own ice pack. I am not crazy about that idea because I think it'll be really stiff and frozen. So there is a company called Parodies that makes perennial cold packs, and it comes with 2 of them and a sleeve. You put it in the freezer, and it gets really icy cold, obviously, but it's gel, so it's still moldable, it's still more comfortable. You reuse the cold pack and throw away the sleeves. Those are something I'm supposed to be getting, but because I'm having so many contractions, I'm not sure if they'll be here in time, so I really hope they get here because I want to try them out so badly. I think it'll be way more comfortable than an ice cube between my legs, basically. Here are the favorites if you've ever had a baby. You know, the mesh panties. So fun. So I've got a bunch of those that came in the birth kit, and I can't wait to wear them. Okay, so aside from that, we needed a ton of different towels. Here are a bunch of washcloths. These will be like during labor. I can put them in a crock pot with warm water and like lavender essential oil, and use them for myself just for comfort. I'm not sure what else they'll use them for, but she asked for a whole bunch of them washed twice and in a Ziploc bag. We also have down here, I think she said 8 to 10, but I know I have a few more than that because I was already getting rid of a bunch of towels in my efforts to declutter the house. So these have all been washed twice and sealed up in here, and these will just be for the birth process. We'll throw away, or you know, whatever we need to, or just wash it and get rid of it if it's not in too bad a shape. Then in here, I have not folded all of this yet, but these are receiving blankets for the baby. These might look familiar if you've had a baby in a hospital before. I've always taken a bunch of them every time we've had a kid in the hospital, so I have a ton. These are the mom hack towels I was telling you about. If you didn't watch our vlog last night, check it out because I mentioned these and where I got them, but these are just flour sack towels, and they're really absorbent, like quickly absorb spit and all that. So I use them as birth cloths, but they're welcome to use them. This is organic, so they can use it as a receiving blanket too. These are our sheets that we bought, just really cheap sheets to put on the bed. It's okay if they get ruined, but I did wash them beforehand. Okay, so then I'll just show you a few of the other things that I've chosen to have for myself and just for comfort, and things that I think that I will need. Headphones for me are a must-have. In the water, I'm not sure if I'll use this or if I'll just get a Bluetooth speaker or something like that, but I have to be listening to praise and worship music while I'm in labor. It's just it's a necessity. It makes everything like this peaceful. It just helps me kind of focus on something and God versus myself and the pain. So music is important to me. So I've got my headphones. I bought this little sleep nursing bra, Gilligan and O'Malley from Target. They're my favorite. They're really comfortable. But I bought this to labor in, just thinking if I want to get in the pool, I don't want to be totally exposed. So it's really lightweight and comfortable. But then I found this company. I was just trying to find ways to be modest because we do want to video our birth and we are planning to have a birth photographer. So I found this company called Gracefully Birthed online, and I sent a message to the woman who owns it, and she was so sweet. She sent me this whole little bag full of goodies to try out for our labor and to make things more comfortable for me. So I may not even use that at all, because one of the things that she sent me is a top. And this is like a really soft material. It's kind of lightweight, like it's not quite swimsuit material, I don't think, but it feels like it would be really lightweight in the water. You can see Gracefully Birthed postpartum wear. And I will link them in the description. I'll link a lot of my favorite stuff like this so you guys can check it out. So this is a top that ties around the back and around the neck, kind of like a bathing suit top. This is what I had originally come across, and I was like, I need to have that. So I reached out to her. She was so awesome, willing to like work with us and just send us a gift. This is a skirt for laboring in. So you wear it, you tie it. It is slit up. I'm wearing black, so it's probably hard to see. It's slit up the sides so that you can still squat and move around freely, but it will cover what I need to be covered. It's also that same lightweight material, so it'll be really good in and out of the water. So excited to have that because I really want, like I said, to video this birth, but I wanted to do that as modestly as possible. I'm just not quite to like National Geographic vlogger status yet. She also sent me this cool headband for laboring, just to keep your hair out of your face, because everybody with long hair knows how awful that is. So I got all those little goodies just to wear, like I said, for my own comfort. I don't ever like wearing hospital gowns. Obviously we're not in a hospital, but I don't really want to labor naked either because I'm not a naked kind of person. One of the other things I got is called After Ease, and it's like an herbal supplement that you take to help with the cramps after labor. If you've had a baby or more than one, you know with each child that cramping when you're nursing or after the baby's born, your uterus going back to its normal size hurts so bad. It's like just as bad as labor, if not worse. So that's supposed to help a lot with that. I've heard really good things about it. A giant tub of coconut oil, organic coconut oil. So this can be used for all kinds of stuff. It can be used with my essential oils too. I got some Lancino gel soothies. These things feel amazing when you're nursing, just in between. They're cooling. I bought some of these hand towels, disposable hand towels, in case they want them, or just for washing hands and stuff. And then some tissues, because I know John's gonna cry when his little 5th baby girl's born, or when he catches her and he's like, this is a miracle and I should have done this with all of them. In this jar, I made these. Instead of buying the witch hazel pads, I put witch hazel in here. I'm gonna add some essential oils to it, probably lavender and clary sage and a few other ones. And then I got these cotton rounds. So I put the cotton rounds, the witch hazel, and then I'll add the essential oils. So these will go right in my underwear as things are healing. It's really cooling and it relieves pain. So those are homemade and will be wonderful to have after birth. Okay, this is filled with rice. My friend Lauren made it. She's so sweet. But you can microwave this and add essential oils to it, so the heat could help with like back pain or neck pain. So this is a really cool thing to have. You can also use it after the baby's born. You can heat it up, lay it down in the crib when you have a child that's sleeping in a crib, and get that warm. That way when you transfer them from your body or feeding them to their bed, they don't wake up. So Frida Baby is an amazing brand. If you haven't heard of them, I seriously have loved all the products that I've used so much. The nose Frida is amazing as a nasal aspirator for when your kids are congested. And then they have all kinds of stuff. So this is something that Frida Baby actually sent me as a gift, and I am so excited to show you guys. The reason I'm including this in my home birth kit and showing you is because specifically of this perennial bottle. Again, if you've had a baby vaginally, you know, they give you that little squirt bottle to spray instead of wiping to go potty because it hurts to wipe everything. So this is the Frida baby one, and it's so cool because it's angled. You just hold upside down and the angle sprays up. You don't have to like awkwardly try to bend and reach anything. So I'm so excited to use this because I think it's gonna be a lot easier and a lot more comfortable. It sprays really easy. It's portable, so if we do go anywhere, I can take it with me. It's just another one of their products that they've thought differently about how they made it, and it's super cool. So for the postpartum, once the baby's born, I do have like a bunch of overnight pads and dermaplast spray. It's like this special spray they give you in the hospital, or you can pick it up at a drugstore. It basically numbs everything. So it's really great to have if you have a lot of pain. So I will have this, my witch hazel pads, and then those things, the other pads and the dermaplast spray in the bathroom, just so that they're there every time I need to use the restroom. So this is my tray with my essential oils that I'm gonna use during labor. This is Clariderm spray, and Clariderm spray is amazing. Before and after childbirth, you just spray it down below. I just love it. It's kind of cooling also, so it brings a little bit of relief. Jasmine, this is one that I used when my contractions would slow when I was pregnant with Adeline, and so I would just smell the jasmine. So I have a few other ones that are good for stimulating that part of your body, your uterus. Clary sage and geranium. I have frankincense and helichrysum, and these are just oils that I feel like I would like to anoint the baby with. You can also put it on the umbilical cord right after the baby's born. And then this Lavaderm cooling mist is something that I bought to just, that was funny, wasn't it? This is something I bought to spritz my face with while I'm in labor. If I start to get really hot, this is something that would be great just to spray on me to kind of cool off. Also some lavender lip balm. Lip balm's really important when you're in labor because your lips get dried out really easily. And a shameless plug here, if you want to know more about essential oils, I've used them through labor and delivery, and then I've used them on all of my kids for about 3 years now. Just send me a message, let me know on Facebook or in the comments below, or you can reach out on Instagram, any of those places, and I can tell you more about my experience with oils, why we use them all the time, and about Young Living and what sets them apart. I almost forgot to show you. This is not full yet. I need some bananas and some oranges and some other things, but this is a bag of snacks and like high protein stuff, just snacks to have during labor for me or my midwives. And so I want to fill it up a little bit more, but that was the last thing that was on my list. I'm so excited, guys. Labor's getting so close. I hope you've enjoyed this, seeing all the things that you have to have and prepare for a home birth. I hope if you're having a home birth or planning one, this has been helpful. If there's anything I've left out, leave a comment below. Hopefully I haven't had the baby and I have enough time to go get whatever it is that I'm missing. Thumbs up if you like this video. We love you guys. We can't wait to be able to show you the video once we've gone through this whole process and have met our little girl. So take care, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you later.
Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you click the subscribe button to follow along with the Murrays.
Subscribe.